mild weather while we can. Thank you, Kevin. Well, as we've said, this is the first big storm of the season, and some of us may need refreshers on how to handle this much snow. Our Liz Lewin continues our team coverage now. She's live with some important reminders, and Liz, being bundled up like you are is a good way to start.
Hi, good evening, Mary Alice. Well, as you mentioned, it is a cold but a nice and quiet evening right now in downtown Buffalo. Of course, that is all scheduled to change in the coming hours as we await that lake effect snow. But as you mentioned, here in Western New York, this is nothing for us. We're used to this, but a friendly reminder can't hurt.
Monday morning, the calls started coming in.
Western New Yorkers are all too familiar with this time of year and the weather that comes with it. But when it comes to storm safety, a refresher never hurts. Wednesday into Thursday, you can expect to see a lot less green on the ground as the city prepares for its first significant lake effect snowstorm of the season. AAA is already preparing.
We have a storm team here at AAA that's been preparing for situations like this, and we've been meeting now for months. So we do have plans in place to make sure that we do get to the phones and we do get to the people stranded on the road.
If you haven't already, get those snow tires on and make sure your brakes are working properly. And don't forget a good set of wipers, front and back.
All these things are going to help you when you're trying to control your vehicle on the road.
Snowy and icy conditions make for even tougher driving conditions, so write these down if you have to. Accelerate and decelerate slowly. Be sure to maintain a good distance. Know your brakes. Don't power up hills, and perhaps the most important, stay home unless there's an emergency to keep roads clear. And if you do need to call AAA, remember COVID protocols. Keep your safety and their safety in mind.
Our drivers like to wear gloves on their hands. Of course, everyone's wearing a mask. We try not to put a passenger in the vehicle with one of our drivers unless it's absolutely necessary. We might ask if someone can get a ride home if their vehicle is being towed. So different precautions are taking place like that due to the pandemic.
In the case that you do need emergency roadside assistance, your best bet is to go digital.
Use the AAA mobile app. You can download it in advance and punch in your membership number so it's always ready to go. And there with the push of a button, you can request help and you don't have to sit and wait on a phone on hold. Or just go to AAA.com and punch in your request there.
And of course, if you don't already have a winter safety survival kit, consider putting one together. Things like a first aid kit, flashlight with batteries, warm clothing, food and water, and a brush with an ice scraper. And Mary Alice, I want to note that we did also speak to the State Thruway Authority as well as Erie County representatives who tell us they are down a few employees, of course, due to COVID, but they are staffed and ready and willing to help out when necessary. They're also prepared to call in resources if need be. In downtown Buffalo, Liz Lewin, Channel 2 News.